Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Foreign workers forced to use own money to fly home. Also tonight, a Korean tourism bubble is still floating in the air. And as the CNMI leads the nation, more vaccines due to arrive. In sports, girls basketball survives the pandemic thanks to a holiday tourney. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
A meal replacement smoothie is a great way to keep your fitness goals on track during the holiday season, and they taste great, fast, and easy. The December smoothie of the month is Minty Java Chocolate Chip, and it's just $5. Check out the Shake Cafe, Gold's Gym, Garapan.
For all those going out each day, doing what they can to hold us all together, we're here to help those helping us all by keeping our lights on.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is January 8th, 2021. IPA Construction Workers who haven't been paid and are living in very tough conditions are buying their own tickets home and spending even more money for COVID tests. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Living conditions at IPI barracks continue to deteriorate here just off Middle Road. This is where some members of the Italian team, the Turkish team, and the Taiwanese team have been living. Outside the building. Waste accumulates. Trash pickup service has been suspended, and the property is littered with food remnants, styrofoam, and flies. A cat perches on a broken refrigerator. One of the buildings does have CUC power now, which is a recent development, but this building does not, and the workers are running extension cords from the building with power to the one that does not have power. Inside, mold continues to accumulate. There are leaky faucets, rusted out hardware, and lots of exposed wires. One Taiwanese worker this morning agreed to an interview, but asked us to blur his face. He's been here since 2019, says he has had enough. He will leave next week, holding a lot of IOUs. How do you feel?
I feel so bad because almost 3 months no pay. And how can we survive without money? Everything need money, food, and also the telephone charge, and also water, even water, drinking water. Yes.
You feel like abandoned?
Yes, it's very bad.
You're heading home next week? How will you get home? Like, are you buying your own ticket, or what's the plan?
We meet with company HR, and they say later they will pay, but now we pay by own pocket.
And how did he feel watching IPI light off fireworks last weekend? How did you feel when you saw that?
We think they use our salary to buy the firework.
Buying his air ticket home cost him $1,200, and he also had to pay for a COVID test prior to travel.
Our country needs the certificate.
So you have to get a COVID test here.
Here,
And how much is that?
$300.
Did you take it already?
Yes. Also, pay by our own pocket.
How many people will go back with you?
20.
He says a number of Taiwanese continue to work on the site without pay, hoping that money comes in the future. The Turks have filed a class action claim under the Fair Labor Standards Act. Judge Mona Manglonia is to decide on damages later this month.
The Korean government has not approved travel for Korean citizens to participate in a travel corridor plan involving PIC, Kensington, and Coral Ocean Gulf.
The Korean government initially indicated that they would approve a Jeju charter flight in the middle of this month that would bring long-stay golfing tourists into the CNMI. The plan called for 3 COVID tests for arriving passengers, one before leaving Korea, one upon arrival, and another on the 5th day. The idea was to attract Korean golfers for a month-long stay, and it was put together by the Elan Group and supported by MVA and the CNMI government. But Korea has since elevated its COVID level, and the Korean government has decided not to approve the plan as of now. Plans are to reapply for approval in approximately 2 weeks. This would push the program to early February. An MVA committee met today and discussed that issue and more late this afternoon.
The CNMI is leading the nation in percent of the population vaccinated. That number should go up as more vaccines is expected to be delivered this weekend. The Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation states that over 3,000 first-dose vaccinations have been administered to the community. Hospital Chief Esther Muña and Governor Ralph Torres applauds the high percentage and is definitely excited for the next batch of vaccines coming our way.
As the governor stated, there's 7,800 that we're expecting for Pfizer vaccines tomorrow. In addition to that, we're also expecting, we just learned that yesterday also, that 4,600 Moderna doses.
This batch is expected to cater to more than 6,000 people as the vaccines are given in 2 doses. Muña expects to continue vaccinations this weekend for Phase 1A, which includes manamkus, healthcare workers, and first responders.
We are going to be doing our second dose starting tomorrow, Saturday. So it will be a combination of second dose and first dose starting Sunday when we do get our vaccine supply.
CDC has assured officials that the CNMI will get enough vaccines for the population, which is roughly around 55,000 people. The only question is when.
The chances of us getting it, of course, is, we are going to get them. The question there again, as I use the analogy of, flying an airplane and trying to land it, it's that we just don't know when we're going to get it. And the numbers do change. And but that, again, that I believe that was anticipated because of the requirement of having a phased approach of distributing the vaccines. So that's why we have 1A, 1B, 1C, and then 2. And the 2 is the more general population.
In addition, COVID-19 Task Force Chairman Warren Villagomez urges individuals who already took the first dose to stay on schedule for a better result.
Please be mindful that your appointment schedule that's given to you needs to be followed from the cart from the first dose, as well as bringing a valid ID with you. The call center is also reaching out to folks for callbacks to remind them as well on their second dose appointments.
Vaccination plans for Tinian and Rhoda are already in place and is expected to roll out as soon as the vaccines arrive. The pandemic unemployment assistance has been extended into this year, but the CNMI Department of Labor is asking the public to hold off on submitting applications. KSPN's Ashley McDowell has more.
Congress reached a COVID relief deal back in December that extends the pandemic unemployment assistance and federal pandemic unemployment compensation. But the CNMI Department of Labor is still waiting on approval from the U.S. Department of Labor to implement the continuance of the programs on all three islands.
So for our applications, we're asking our people to hold on submitting any paper applications or online applications because, first of all, the online application, the portal is not ready to be turned on at this time. We have to wait until the green light is given to us by U.S. DOE.
The extension will be for 11 weeks and will continue providing $345 in PUA assistance and $300 in FPUC until March 14th, 2021. But this time, more individuals will be eligible for the program.
This particular category is the Commonwealth Worker, Transitional Worker, CW1 as they are known, will be eligible to apply, and if they qualify, will be eligible to receive the public benefit of pandemic unemployment assistance and the federal pandemic unemployment compensation program.
Benavente says recently CNMI DOL attended a webinar with the U.S. Department of Labor that covered the overview of the extended programs and some new requirements that will be added.
The law is called the Continued Assistance Act of 2020, Continued Assistance Act. There's a couple of things we're looking at right off my memory. There's a requirement by the state, meaning the CNMI as a territory, to require or to provide a report on employers who report to CNMI DOE about employees who have been called back to work and either refuse to work or refuse to accept the position that is being offered in a new position with the same company. So we need to collect data from employers about these type of employees.
The CNMI DOL will notify the public when the portal has opened back up to continue submitting weekly PUA FPUC applications. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell.
The 21st legislature has wrapped. Governor Torres comments on the past 2 years.
This pandemic has really hurt a lot of decisions that they wanted to do more. But one thing, though, that I wanted to thank the leadership is throughout the pandemic, they were there to support what we need to do and moving forward. I know there was a special committee. I'm glad that that's over and we move forward. Just want to thank them again for always making sure that we get the support here, whether it's through this pandemic. And I think that's the most part, is having the ability to work with them in what we need to do for this pandemic and other issues. So I look forward, I want to thank that leadership, and I look forward working with the next legislature.
The CNMI 22nd legislature will be inaugurated into office on January 11th. There will be 8 new members, 12 returning, and 2 former officials elected back into office. Governor Torres says he would like the incoming bodies to prioritize revenue-generating bills and incentives.
Looking at the priority for the disaster relief, NMHC disaster relief, the PA public assistance, hazard mitigation, those regulations and laws that needs to be implemented or proposed, I would be working with them closely. I also know that we'll be asking for an audience under the Governor's Economic Council advisors to propose bills to make some of the applications smoother. And of course, at the end of the day, to work with MVA and to find ways to get additional revenue here on the island.
This afternoon, incoming members of the House of Representatives gathered inside the chamber for the selection of the pro tempore speaker. Until the deadlock in the House is resolved, a coin toss determined Representative B.J. Atau to be Speaker of the House and Representative Edmund Villagomez to be floor leader. Also taking oath of office on Monday will be 2 new members for the 17th CNMI Board of Education. Coming up, traveling teachers will finally have their own classrooms. Find out what we mean after the break.
Buenos dias, Kiko. Kaigizu ginigi entrada ni Pacific Docomo. Bangov adjudante isti I Docomo staff gwini. Zambangov maulik exhibitionia. Undang kulu na si Jus maasi. Niu na judadzijo after manu para be download za babina sepi isti I ski lino app. Esta ana libranu ju isti za parafa di babi fifila. Ni para be fanapasi dapat babi take off ni sisi doktor. Docomo Pacific ingway zaha pago zani mamayla na tempo. Si Diyos maasi.
Come see the best sunsets on Saipan at 360. Build your own pizza or burger. Try our grilled seafood, sumptuous steaks, and sizzling Texas fajitas. Your whole family will love the food and the views at 360. And happy hour and daily lunch specials make 360 a great value. Make it special. Make it 360. The best food and views all the way around.
You have the flexibility to work out between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. At Gold's Gym, we call this off-peak, and it can save you money. Short-term, daytime memberships on sale now, just $59 per month, and gets you access to the biggest and cleanest fitness center on island. Get yourself healthy and strong. Check out Gold's Gym today.
The Tan Soo Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Buenos dias, Kiko. Kaigizu ginigi entrada ni Pacific Docomo. Bangov adjudante isti I Docomo staff gwini. Zambangov maulik exhibitionia. Undang kulu na si Jus maasi. Niu na judadzijo after manu para be download za babina sepi isti I ski lino app. Esta ana libranu ju isti za parafa di babi fifila. Ni para be fanapasi dapat babi take off ni sisi doktor. Docomo Pacific ingway zaha pago zani mamayla na tempo. Si Diyos maasi.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. One establishment failed to meet the health standards last month and was temporarily closed. According to CHCC's Environmental Health Disease Prevention, Shunfu Market was closed on December 15th and reopened on December 17th. The release states this is due to serious violations of health and sanitation standards. The sanitary inspections for the month of December states 46 establishments received a grade A on Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. 2 establishments received a grade B and 0 received a grade C. Educators and members of the legislature gathers for the opening of classrooms. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held today at Dandan Middle School as CNMI public school officials and legislators officially open up 2 new classrooms. Principal James Sablon.
It's always a blessing. Any additional classrooms is always great. It is an investment from the community to our students for our future, for our Commonwealth. So I'm very happy, excited, but take it one day at a time. Yeah.
The classrooms will be used for PE and leadership core classes. Sablon says they expect to use the classrooms as soon as students come back. PSS Commissioner Dr. Alfred Adas says these projects are recognized as efforts to improve quality education.
I'm very proud, I'm very happy that everybody has put all of their energy together, the great minds together, and envision a long-lasting place for our students I mean, these buildings will last 40 years, maybe 50 years, but to know that we made it for them is really quite an accomplishment.
Outgoing Chairwoman Janice Tenorio states these projects are all made possible through grants.
And the 2 classroom is possible through the road development grant, and we're very fortunate, and it actually really only costs $750,000. And if you go in the classroom, it can approximately hold 25 plus on a regular normal days. Due to COVID and with the CDC guidelines, it's half of that, so it's probably 15.
Thank you, Sally, and that's some positive news. Those students certainly deserve good classrooms. All right, coming up, the KSPN2 Sports Report and a spotlight on the new generation.
Great customer rep, always willing to go above and beyond for his customers.
I truly hope she gets noticed at work, since I do see she is a hard worker.
The field technician that visited my home was great and helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Uni, keep it up.
Your customer service is always very good.
Awesome customer service with great technicians that are really helpful.
Thank you so much, Sherlyn and Docomo Pacific.
That's so sweet. Feels good to see this kind of messages because you know, we try our best to do customer service.
We make sure that we will 100% resolve the issues.
For all those people that are seeking assistance.
I just want my customers happy.
And help them out each and every day. I would want to go to a place with someone that's just like me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come to Docomo and you'll feel like you're at home.
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to be going over the leg press. Now I have here with me is Vince, and he's going to show you how to execute it properly in 2 different ways. A common mistake that you'll often see is leaving your hands free, either up here or on your lap. I strongly recommend you holding onto the sled and create that tension in the upper body, which then allows you to create more range of motion. So with his current foot placement, he was feeling it on his legs, his quads. Now with a simple adjustment by placing his foot a little higher on the platform and his toes pointed out slightly, he's going to transfer that tension, which was previously on his legs, onto his hamstrings and glutes. Again, he's going to grab onto the sled, creating that bracing effect up here.
Buy one, get one free for the off-road adventure at Marianas Trekking. Come ride our side-by-sides at our best price ever and experience a great 90-minute trail ride. Rain or shine, hopefully rain. Book now at Marianas Trekking. Saturdays and Sundays by reservation. Call 323-8735 or book at marianastrekking.com. Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, team sports took an unexpected break here last March. The Rollers Basketball Club sponsored the first team competition since then with their own holiday tournament. Saturday afternoon, the girls' finale, Lady Always is on the attack. Desiree Camacho with the putback. Aaliyah Fernandez misfires. Pauline Joyce rebounds, gets into the lane for the bucket for the Baby Oasis. No misfire here. Aaliyah hits from Escano. When you're hot, you're hot. You like a elbow in the ribs? Well, I mean, if you can get away with it, sure. Aaliyah, the drop off to Pauline, no elbows needed. Said Camacho, that's an uncontested follow-up. Aaliyah spots, said alone, sharing is caring, better to give than receive. Des scores in a crowd. Lady Oasis, though, they were shorthanded. They only had 5 players. Aaliyah, there's another dime to Pauline. Aaliyah doing everything needed to help her team succeed. Nothing, though, was coming easy for the Lady Oasis. 3 consecutive air balls followed by a rim rocker. Finally, Jamie Pangilinan cleans up the mess with that floater. Aaliyah goes for a game-high 24 points, leading the Baby Oasis to a rout of these Lady Oasis, 59-28. Basketball returned briefly for that Rollers tournament, which gives us a chance to highlight some fresh faces. Start unknown, finish unforgettable. Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. The Rollers Basketball Club has been in existence since 1999. It's a family tradition. Take 15-year-old Leo Naraha, the Mount Carmel student, is following his brother Robert's footsteps, who played with the Rollers 15 years ago.
Actually, my brother used to play for Rollers, and so him and my Coach Joe would basically talk sometimes. And I guess my brother introduced me to Coach Joe, and Coach Joe got a hold of me, and he called me and asked if I can join their team.
Coach Joe Diaz, one of the tireless volunteers on this island who keeps youth involved.
He's very dedicated to bringing basketball to us, the youth. And I think that he really gives us all his love and support as players.
Like most youngsters here, they hone their game on the village courts.
Yeah, there's a lot of places where you can play, but where I usually play is Capitol Hill Court. There would be a lot of boys that would go there, and then we have some of my friends or cousins or team members that would go there also, and we play, yeah.
Leo plays guard. He also enjoys watching a couple of young NBA guards.
NBA team, but my favorite NBA player has to be either Devin Booker or Tyler Hero, just because of how they play and how they are, yeah.
Guard?
Yeah.
Your position?
Point guard.
Sports plays a significant role in Leo's life.
I find it pretty important just so I can get out of the house, something to do while I'm bored or just to, yeah.
Now you do want to become the best basketball player that you can be.
Yeah.
How do you accomplish that?
I watch a lot of film, try and add that to my game, find my weaknesses, and try and work on that, yeah.
Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation. Well, thanks to that basketball tournament, we've got top plays of the week. 3, 2, 1, time to get this done. Coming in at number 3, ball movement. Rollers, blue, perfect. To Jeff, to Keone. Back to Jeff Sogum for the easy deuce in the top play, number 3. And coming in at number 2, Kristinitas with this high flying twisting drive. Top play number 2. Play of the week. Kier Agda brings a smoker to the motocross.
Yes, sir.
windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Go-karts, off-roading, and the driving range now open at Marianas Trekking. Go-kart track will be open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays with 50% off when you book online at marianastrekking.com, hours 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Use the promo code HAFA50 to get your discount. Off-roading is open too by reservation. Come on a 90-minute trail ride that is perfect for families. Book online, marianastrekking.com. Golfers, come practice on the driving range. You can even pay online, and we will have the balls waiting for you. Come see us weekends at Marianas Trekking, 323-8735. Get your game and gear at Gold's Gym Saipan. Group exercise is a great way to get fit and then stay fit. For something high tempo, go for a ride with one of our instructors in our new spin room. Let's roll. Pilates improves flexibility, builds strength, and develops control and endurance in the whole human body. It also improves coordination and balance. And the Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplement. See you at Gold's Gym.
Today's high 88, the low 80. Heat index reached 100, highest of the year. Do what you start. Humidity 68%, tomorrow partly cloudy. Isolated showers, east wind 10 to 20 miles an hour. High 87, low 79, sea 6 to 8 feet. Sunrise 6:45, a low tide 9:51 in the morning, followed by a high tide at 3:33, sunset at 6:02. That's it. News, sports, and weather. It's official. The weekend begins right now. Have a wonderful and safe one. See you back here on Monday.